Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Advice to Think Twice. My name is Monica and I'm here with your daily advice for March 3rd, 2017. If you're new to my channel, welcome. This is a general reading looking at the energies that surround us at this time and what we need to know about these energies in order to be able to use them for our highest good. And since we're looking at energies, these will play out in different ways for different people. So I always encourage everyone to keep an open mind and take away the message of the reading and then apply it to your own situation if you feel that it speaks to that, okay? Right, so we have a bit of an interesting reading today, okay, as opposed to me actually going through with the shuffling and then the randomly drawing the cards. They kind of decided to fly out of the deck one at a time. So that's what we're doing. And then with the guidance cards, two wanted to come out. And we're going to go through the cards and then we're going to tie the messages together because I can understand what they're trying to tell us. So we have the influence of the past on our current situation is the Moon card. The Moon is talking about our fears, our doubts, okay, confusion, illusion, deception. It's very much about our intuition as well and our own psychic gifts. Our gut feelings, what our hearts tell us, what we feel right to do is, and so on and so forth. Okay, that's our instincts, that's our intuition. And it's very much about that as well. It's just the more you delve into your own subconscious, you kind of encounter fears, doubts, anxieties, worries, okay, things that come from our ego consciousness. Not just our intuition, which is why meditation is important because it allows us to quiet the mind, okay, in other words, those thoughts and fears and anxieties, so that we can only truly hear our intuition. And so for our first card representing the influence of the past on our current situation, this talks about a time of confusion in our lives, a time of deception in our lives, a time when we didn't know what we could believe or who we could trust. It could also be a time when we were not well, okay, when we couldn't see clearly or we couldn't understand things properly, exhaustion, taking medication or addictions of any kind, okay, really kind of clouding our judgment, okay, creating confusion, delusion, illusion for us with the Moon card. Or this could have been in relation to people around us or situations where there was just a lot of deceit going on, or it was a time when we were advised to, it's better safe than sorry, to take precautions, not to trust anyone, or not to take things at face value, okay? It's a very weird kind of energy. Things are very fuzzy. When the Moon card is here, our intuition is heightened, but our anxieties are also heightened, okay, because we're in a hypersensitive state. And so that's the kind of energy that the Moon card talks about. And it's also a card that talks about cycles. And so whatever, this time was in our lives, that's when we started a cycle, okay? During this time of confusion, delusion, not thinking clearly, not seeing things properly, okay? So could even be health issues that impaired our judgment or anything like that, okay? Or it's just mostly our own fears, our doubts, our anxieties, depression, paranoia, okay, that sort of thing, where we can't trust what we think or we can't trust what we're seeing, okay? And a cycle started during that time, a karmic cycle. In today's energy, we come to the conclusion of that cycle and we understand, we see things, we have clarity, we have crystal clear hearing and sight, we understand, we process things now. This is the Ace of Swords in today's energy, and the Ace of Swords is all about clarity. It's all about new beginnings, okay? And oftentimes we cut something out with this sword to give ourselves a new beginning. So whatever cycle began during that time of confusion and delusion, we have the opportunity to end it today. We have the opportunity to cut ourselves free from these kinds of situations or these kinds of energies in our lives, or the effects of a particular situation of this type, we have the opportunity to just cut them out of our lives today, because now we see, for some of us, I'm hearing that today we're sober, or this is the first day we are sober, or this is an anniversary, like a first year when we are sober, or this is the day when we are healed. It doesn't have to be just about addictions. It could be about sobriety. It could be about healing whatever health issue was going on, or mental state issue was going on, because now we are in touch with reality. Now we are fully aware of who we are, what's going on, where we're going. Okay, there's just clarity here. No ifs, no buts, no what ifs, no doubts, no worries, no anxieties. It's just clarity, seeing things for what they are, seeing the truth, speaking the truth, understanding things properly with this kind of energy, communicating clearly, okay, with this kind of energy of the Ace of Swords here. And we're cutting out whatever the situation was that the Moon card talks about. We're cutting this out of our lives, okay? Or we have the opportunity to. It is up to us to take that sword and wield it, okay? It's not going to happen for us. We have to intend it. We have to want it to happen, or make it happen, okay, with this Ace of Swords. And the energy that we're moving into tomorrow with is the Princess of Cups, or the Page of Cups. And with the Page of Cups here, this is new energy. This is refreshed energy. This is emotional healing. This is healing whatever issue was going on. Excuse me, especially if it was hormonal, affecting our emotions and affecting our judgment, okay? This is healing and new energy in that particular area. This is refreshed energy, okay, in terms of how we feel. It's also forgiveness, okay, comes up with this kind of energy. Forgiving ourselves, forgiving other people, compassion, openness, okay? So no longer hiding. We no longer have to defend ourselves. We no longer have to be paranoid for our own safety, okay? Now we can connect with people. We can open up to people. We can trust people, okay? We are different people. We are around different people than we were in the past. We are involved in different activities or different situations. We're just surrounded by different energies than we were when we were dealing with the energy of the moon, okay? So in that respect, this talks about healing. It talks about release, because we're finishing that stage, that phase in our lives. We no longer have to go through it, and it's just feeling hopeful again, okay? Now for a lot of us, this talks about regaining our hope, our faith, optimism, okay? Feeling happy, feeling free, feeling enthusiastic, feeling like we can dream, okay? So it's beautiful, beautiful energy of healing, of love, of compassion, of forgiveness, of opening up to those around us, showing them kindness, or allowing them to show kindness to us, okay? Guidance cards, we have two cards, and when I see these two cards, they're kind of polar opposites. And so what this is for me is a choice, okay, because we have the Ace of Swords in between. So we have a choice to make. Which one do we cut out, and which one do we use? Which kind of approach do we use moving forward? Okay, that's what we have here. We have the Wasp on the one hand, number 21, and this is about anger, retaliation, jealousy, getting back at people, being hurtful, getting revenge, snapping at people, taking our troubles out on people, whether they're responsible for them or not, okay? It's just someone who is deeply hurt and lashes out, okay? That's the Wasp. It's also, a defensive energy in that, we expect trouble, and so we're prepared with a comeback. We're prepared with saying something, doing something, okay, to kind of sting the other person that may attack us. But it's the defensive that kind of goes on the offensive, with this kind of energy. And so more likely than not, again, we're in that state of hypersensitivity where we get anxious, and it's almost like we jump at every move, we jump at every word. It's very reactive, okay? It's the kind of energy that we've been in, or that we have been dealing with the moon energy, okay? Coming out of the past. So that's one approach that is available to us. And then we have the swan, number 12. What's interesting is that this is 21 and this is 12. So it's like they're mirrored. You know what I mean? It's a number 3, but they're mirrored. One is 21, one is 12. So it's really, really nice. So the swan, and this is about transformation, trusting the psychic gifts, okay? And it's also very gentle energy. It's coming into our own. It is beauty and grace, okay? It is inner strength, not the kind where we have to go out and sting people. This is the inner strength that you see on someone's face. You see grace, you see elegance, but you also see confidence and strength and resilience, okay? But it comes in a very graceful, gentle package, if you will. So this is all about transformation and opening up our wings, okay? Taking flight to a new way of being, to a new stage in our lives, okay? And so these cards are very beautiful and they complement each other so well. Okay, I'm really happy that our guides decided to do things this way for us. So we have the wasp with the moon on the one hand. Okay, this is where we're coming from. Granted, it may have been necessary for us to have this kind of attitude, to defend ourselves, to protect ourselves, to anticipate what people are going to do, to question everything, not take anything at face value, okay? We may have been going through really tough times or in a bad situation or dealing with some bad people. And so it was natural. It was a defense mechanism. It was necessary. But for today with the Ace of Swords, we come to a point where we have that clarity of mind where we say, okay, this is what I've been doing. Is this still necessary? Or does this kind of approach still protect me? Or does it create barriers between me and maybe some really decent people or some really good opportunities? Okay? And making that judgment call, because now we have a clear head. Okay? Now we're no longer emotional. The moon is all about our emotions. And with the wasp here, it's anger, it's envy, it's jealousy, it's lashing out. So again, our emotions, okay, our primal instincts to defend ourselves. But today, with the Ace of Swords, we're reasonable, we're rational, sensible people. We can see exactly what's going on. We know exactly who we are. We know where we're coming from, and we can figure out where we're going, okay? We have that clarity and foresight, okay? Because we're thinking things thoroughly, logically, okay, rationally. And so we can make these calls now because we're seeing things clearly. We can make these decisions. We no longer react. We are no longer defensive. We're no longer emotional, okay? And then we have the choice. How do we want to proceed? Okay, how do we want to move forward from here? Do we still use this defensive, emotional approach? Or do we allow ourselves to be transformed, to complete the transformation? Okay, the cycle began, but now we have the opportunity to complete the cycle so that we can be free from it, so that we can take flight, so that we can open up, so that we can wear our strength, so to speak, on the inside. Okay, we're no longer the warrior who's prepared for anything. Now we can be the nurturing mother figure. Okay, now we can be the nurturer, the kind and gentle person who teaches, who protects through teaching other people about their experiences or what to do, what not to do, about how people react in general, how to talk to people, how to be compassionate. Okay? So it's more moving towards a gentle approach of calm and peace, okay, and the benefit of the doubt for our fellow man, rather than that defensive, almost violent approach of I'm ready for anything, just say when, okay? With compassionate communication here with the swan, loving communication, patience, understanding, love. And so that's our choice for today. You know, for those of us dealing with mental issues or with treatments that have impaired our judgment, today is going to be a good day. Today will be a day for clarity, or a day when you can even get the news that the treatment has worked. We can change the meds to something that's not so strong, or you can stop taking meds. It really depends what you're dealing with, if this is the case. But this is going to be a victory. This is going to be a breakthrough. And you're finally going to be able to make some decisions that are your own, that you feel comfortable with, give you back your sense of comfort and security, because now you understand what's going on. Now you can trust what you're seeing. Now you can trust what you're feeling. And that's a beautiful and comforting feeling, okay? When you come from a place where you're not sure what's going on, everything's in the air, you're not in control, okay? So it's a really beautiful, beautiful message, very powerful, very intense. I hope it helps. But we do have the opportunity to move from a more combative, defensive state of being to peace, harmony. We can lower our guard now and open up a little bit more. Trust ourselves, trust those around us, trust the universe. See the goodness in people, see the kindness in people, see the blessings of our angels, our guides in the universe. Okay, it's like we have gone through what we have gone through, and that has raised our vibration, and it took us out of the murky, heavy energy, where now we can look at the clouds, we can look at the sky, we can smile, we can see color again, we can be hopeful again and optimistic. So it's really, really beautiful. It's a very beautiful message. I really hope that it helps, okay? Thank you very much for joining me, and truly thank you for all your support. I know I say it every day, but I mean it every day. And just to let you know, I've uploaded the work and finance readings that I was talking about, so that's on my channel. I'm going to try and put a link to it in the video so that you can click on it directly after the video. And another thing that I'm doing is I'm doing daily channeled messages on my website. You can find them on my blog page, and I've linked that in the description box below, or on my Facebook page. I share that on my Facebook page as well. And if you think you could benefit from a channeled message every day, then by all means I invite you to my website. But yeah, there you have it, okay? Beautiful message. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for always being here. Thank you for all your beautiful comments and all the well wishes. They're truly appreciated. Let's have a beautiful, healing, refreshing day. And I just realized that it's the weekend. So it makes sense that we have more cards. Okay. I'm okay. I got it. It did feel like a very intense message for just one day, now being honest and looking back. But I guess our guys knew what they were doing, even if I didn't necessarily. But okay, this is our weekend message. So I really hope you enjoy it, and that you have a beautiful, peaceful, transforming weekend. And I'm working on the weekly psychic messages, psychic readings as well. So I'm going to be posting them, I think, tomorrow, so Friday. So stay tuned for those. Thank you again. Let's have a wonderful weekend, and I'll talk to you very soon. Okay? Take care.